Good morning. So we've been through the energy types: manifestor, generator, manifesting generator, projector, and reflector. So I thought we'd go through the energy centers. So this part of human design is based on the chakra system. So we've got the head, the ajna, the throat, the G center or the identity center, the heart, the spleen, the sacral, the solar plexus, and the root center. Now, when you look at your chart, you're going to see that some of those centers are colored in and some of them are white. Now, where you've got colored in centers, that means your energy is broadcasting. So you're sending out the energy of that center. And where it is white, that is where you're receiving the energy of that center. So you know how just in everyday life you'll get vibes of someone, or you'll walk into a room and it'll feel different to where you came from. That's all energy. And so where you're walking into a room, your energy is broadcasting, and you're also receiving energy. And those centers are where you are picking up that energy or broadcasting that energy. Now, each center has a particular role where we get our inspiration from, and it's like the crown chakra. Then you go to your ajna, which is your third eye, and that is where you are taking information and forming your opinions, forming your beliefs, forming your ways of processing that information. Then when it comes down to the throat center is where we speak things into being, where it's our activity center, our manifestation center. And so when you've got that pressure from the head coming down through the ajna to the throat to be expressed, and you also have the pressure coming up from the root up to the throat center. So the throat center is where all the energy is trying to be expressed. So yep, your throat center. Then we come down to the G center. We talked about the G center a couple of weeks ago when we talked about the different money portals that are in your G center. But your G center is where your lovability, your direction, your self-love sits. Then we've got your heart center, also called the ego center. That's where your motivation, your willpower sits. Then coming down this side from the heart, we go down to the solar plexus, which is our emotional center. Now with the emotional center, when we go to that, we'll go dig in deeper about the emotional waves that happen in there. Then the sacral center in the middle is where the life force energy sits. Then it goes over to the spleen center, and that is our oldest center. And that has our fight or flight. It has our intuition and our survival instincts. A lot of fear sits in there. It's also where our health sits. So if you've got health issues, some of that can be identified in that spleen center. And then at the base of the chart, we've got the root center, and the root center is another pressure center, so driving pressure up or energy up towards that throat center. And that is all about drive, adrenaline, stress, those sorts of things. So we'll go into, over the coming days, we'll go into what it means to have an open center or an undefined center and a defined center or a colored in center. So whether your center is white, being undefined or open, or whether it's colored in, meaning it's defined and you've got a consistent way of processing your energy in that center. So that is an overview of the centers. The centers come from the chakra system, and then you would have seen the lines that join all the centers, and those lines come from the Kabbalah, so the Hebrew Kabbalah system. So that's how it all integrates together. And that's about it for now, just the overview of what the centers are, what it means if they're open, or so open is receiving information. Coloured means broadcasting information. And when you receive information, you also have a tendency to amplify that information. So, for example, if you've got an emotional centre that is open and you walk into a room where there are heightened emotions, you are going to take on or receive that energy of those emotions and amplify it. So, while you might be a cool, calm, collected person, when that energy is operating in that way, you don't have a awareness of the energy, and so that can be amplified and can throw you off track for the day. But we'll get into that a little bit more, how we can, if we've got an open center, how to operate with that, and if we've got a defined center, how to operate with that and how to make the most of it, and just creating that awareness and paying attention and seeing how it shows up for you. Okay, so that's it for today, and I will be back in the next video starting at the head and working our way down through those centers. Have a great day.